Good evening and hello everybody. This is Michelle Orwick from beautiful Orlando, Florida. And today I want to take just a second here at the beginning I've had a lot of people already messaging me today. For those of you who aren't aware, yes, there was a shooting here in Orlando today. It was completely contained. It was a small, personal group of people. It was definitely not a terrorist attack. They're absolutely sure it was not a terrorist attack. So for those of you who are concerned, unless you are immediately involved, it was a very small shooting. It was a very small group of people, and we want to send love and healing and light out to their family, to the family members, and to let everybody know that the majority of Orlando is safe and sound. So we are going to be talking next week about Pulse. So we'll be addressing the Pulse 1 year anniversary right here on Michelle's Magical Mondays next week, because it will be the 1 year anniversary. But tonight we just want to take a small moment of meditation and silence to send out love and healing and prayers to those who were affected today in Orlando, Florida. But I really dug into my own soul today because I had a very, very high emotional topic for you guys, which is the light and transformation. And I considered whether I should still address this on such a rough day for so many people here in Orlando, Florida. And it really came down into my heart and through my guides that this is exactly the day we should talk about light bodies and light transformations and becoming part of that transformation. So we'll take a few minutes and get over a few business items as everybody's getting on here. I wanted to address, apparently I forgot to announce the winner last week. So Christopher from Claremont was my 30-minute winner for sharing this video. So last week's winner was Christopher. I had private messaged him and completely forgot to mention him on the transmission. So last week's winner for sharing this video, which I would love you guys to do again tonight, is going to be Christopher. And this week we have one of my deepest, longest friends from out in Salt Lake City. I bet you can guess who you are, Angelo. So you are my winner for this week. So one of my dearest friends from way back in my first early days of doing readings, probably one of the first people I ever read, is our shared winner of tonight's reading. So at some point you can contact me for a 30-minute session. So again, what I'm talking about for those of you who are still tuning in is if you share this, you're eligible for a drawing next week for a free 30-minute session with me. And what that could include could be a reading, or it could be coaching, or it could be a theta healing, or maybe a combination of all of the above, because I do all of these for private sessions. So I do spiritual life coaching. I do some psychic readings, but I like to think of them more as life path, Akashic file coaching readings versus exactly what your life holds. It's more like, what are your opportunities? What can be possible readings? And so I find them very motivational and very exciting to do. So that's our business from last week that was missed. And here I want to talk about also some things that are coming. If you are interested in, if you're a theta healer and you've already taken basic and advanced, I'm going to be teaching the Digging Deeper courses. It's a 2-day course. I'm teaching it in July. I'm also going to be teaching a much longer 2-week course called Disease and Disorder. So if you're already into the Theta Healing modality, definitely message me or look at my my dates. But if you are brand new to Theta Healing and you're interested in taking a Theta Healing course, I'm teaching the basic class this weekend. And I just had one person cancel, so I already have books for one more person. So if anybody is interested in taking the certification course this weekend, I have one slot open for this weekend. And so I teach that on a regular basis, and I'll be excited to do that. If you're just wanting to put your feet in, I'm teaching a chakra class tomorrow night at Avalon. It's not on the Avalon calendar, so you'd have to private message me. It's a private class. So I'm doing a class on chakras and aura readings. And then on Wednesday, out on the Avalon regular schedule, is a prosperity class. So if you're interested in how to become more of a magnet to the prosperity that you're wanting to call into your life, it's just a 2-hour class at Avalon at 7 o'clock. So there's a lot going on. I'm getting ready for my own sabbatical, a journey into the mountains of Montana to take more classes so I can teach more classes. So that's pretty exciting. I'm going to be spending some time at the Theta Healing Institute taking more classes that I can bring back to you and being with my mentor, Biana. I'm always excited to do that. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to convince her to come on and share some words of wisdom with you guys. But so much going on, and so, well, there are rough things in the world. I feel like everybody is going through this transformation. That seems to be the theme that comes up in over and over again in my psychic readings and in my coaching sessions and even in my classes. I just finished a group of 4 women, just completed what I call the boot camp of all Theta Healing courses called Intuitive Anatomy. So I want to give them a woot woot because they totally rocked this world and managed to complete what I consider one of the hardest things you can do in Theta Healing, which is 3 weeks of Intuitive Anatomy. So a shout out to all of them. And for that, it seemed appropriate that the card of the week was the Butterfly Maiden from the Goddess Oracle. And it says, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. And I feel that that's the momentum in the psychic atmosphere right now, that everybody's feeling change. Well, the problem with change is transformation sometimes is painful. We talk about the butterfly, and we talk about how beautiful its wings are and how amazing it feels to be free, and butterflies are free. That was a motto that I always thought about from my mother when she had her opportunity for freedom. She had a butterfly tattooed on her. So I always think of that as exactly where we're at, that when we go through this transformation, butterflies are free and they have their wings and it's gorgeous. But what we don't think about is that they go through this enormously painful transformation. And nobody talks about the fact that it's scientifically proven that these creatures that we think about, the caterpillar and going into the cocoon and its cocooning season, is literally liquid transformation where its body kind of acidically transforms into something completely else. It's kind of painful for the caterpillar to become the butterfly. After that, it's free and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, and its transformation is a miracle. But in the middle of it all, we're in pain. And so I want you to look at what you're going through as an opportunity for growth, as an opportunity for change. And instead of focusing on the negative, which we all tend to do, focus on the lesson, focus on the opportunity that you've got here. If you are struggling, think about what it is that you want to bring in. Think about what we can do to open ourselves up, because a lot of people are feeling very stuck, very stagnant. And I think the astrological energy kind of feels like we're inside quicksand, and it feels like, even if we're not, it feels like we're sinking. But really what we're doing is getting a chance to create new opportunities. That's when you really look at the astrological stuff. Even though it feels like we're going backwards or we're sinking or we are stuck and unmoving, it's a time of review. We're in the review stages. There's this massive eclipse on the 21st of August, and we're in what we call a lunation. We're in the period right before this massive eclipse. And this is a solar eclipse with complete visibility, a full solar eclipse, which we haven't seen in a very long time. It's going to be visible some places in the United States for those of you to check, make sure that if you really want to see this, that you're going to be in a place that it's actually available. It should be driving distance to most of our continental U.S. people. I'm personally going to just stay here and stay safe and cocoon like the caterpillar. And that's what we are. In the stages up until this eclipse, we are the caterpillar. We are going through this metamorphosis. And so the book of the day today is a book called Light Emerging, The Journey of Personal Healing. And it's the idea is that right now we're activating something within us that's always been there, but we totally forget about, which is our light. We forget that we are the energy and we can choose growth. We can choose joy. We can choose to look at it as an opportunity for growth. So if we are feeling stuck, stagnant, or stressful, so like recently I just had someone rear-end my car and drive off. I can look at this as something that was personal to me, or I can think of it as just something that I need to grow through and grow forward, and maybe there's an opportunity in it for me. I'm not sure what that is, but instead of the old me getting all stressed out and thinking this is the worst thing that ever happened, I have to think about what's going on, what's the growth. So every person has something going on in their life that they may not be thrilled about. And one of the things I want you to do is look at what you want to represent in your life. Do you feel like you are representing yourself authentically? Right now, I'm seeing a lot of people coming out as who they really are. And when you authentically come to the table, you have more of an opportunity to be true to yourself. And what that means is, are we all focusing? So one of the themes that seems to be coming up this week is, do you have a list? Do you have a plan? Most people, kind of know what they want, but they don't necessarily have a plan. Well, with the universe and the law of attraction, having a plan, having it clearly laid out, but still having the ability to make changes and flow is the best of two worlds. So it's a combination of, I want this, I have a goal, but also flow. There's some research that says that there's 4 kinds of people. There's the people who have been, just down the downward spiral and nothing is ever going to change for them, and they kind of like complaining because it gets them attention. Maybe they don't even realize that they like complaining, but at least negative attention is better than no attention. With them, they feel like there's never going to be a change, there's never going to be anything happening, and they don't know what to do. So that's like the bottom of the barrel, and 1/4 of the human population kind of fall into that category. The next layer is the person who has happy for right now, but they have no plan. And literally, if one thing goes wrong for them, they can hit the downward spiral. They're happy-go-lucky. They're just kind of bopping around. Maybe they're just like, hey, dude, it's going to work out. But they have no plan. So it's very difficult for them to be motivated because they have no goals. They have no excitement, And there's literally, the research shows that they have a tendency to end up in the place when they have no plan. They end up in the place where they hit the downward spiral and cannot get out. The third kind is they have too many goals. They're all goal oriented. They're, okay, I'm driven, I'm working for a living, I'm planning on my retirement, I'm putting money away, I'm working for my family's benefit. I'm so involved in the issues that are going on that I'm making things happen, but I'm not actually taking a moment to enjoy what I have. I'm not in gratitude. I'm not living energetically excited about right now. And okay, well, when I retire, I'm going to have this. It's more like, I call it the when I have. So, I will take a weekend off when I've completed this project, and it's always a delayed gratification instead of enjoying all these things that they already have. And it's really hard for me to see these people who have what I consider luxuries and status or whatever it is that they have, that they're not appreciating it and they're not enjoying it, and they're just in the stress of getting the next thing, or what I call the delayed gratification of preparing for their retirement or preparing for this other thing, or saving their joy all for the weekend and having no joy throughout their work week. But they have like a 12-hour day every day, and by the time they get to the weekend, they can't even do what they want to do. So the last and most successful, happiest person has goals. They're living their life in a forward motion. They're in gratitude for what they have, and they're living their life right now. So sometimes things happen to them, but they still manage to be like, okay, well, apparently this was supposed to happen. There's a reason for it. What is it trying to show me? What are my lessons? And then they're creating goals, and they're driven, and they have a plan for where they're going, but they're taking a moment to live their life every day. They're taking appreciation of what they have. And I think this is where we all want to be, which is that transformation into, I may not have everything I want, but I'm really happy with where I am. So what I call that is the light emerging. So once we realize that life is not really ever going to be perfect. I've yet to meet one person that says they don't have things go wrong. They don't get sick. They don't have car incidents. They don't have bills to pay. They don't have something outside of themselves with their friends or family that they're concerned about. But I do know a lot of people that are in the moment happy. Okay, I have goals. I have things to work for. I'm excited about what I've got, but I'm going to enjoy this Sunday afternoon out at a restaurant with my friends, or I'm going to go for a walk in the park, and I'm going to let my feelings of distress go for that moment and really be present. So when we are starting to emerge into the journey of transformation, as we're allowing ourselves to grow, as we're allowing ourselves to be goal-oriented, we light up. And that's really what we're looking for here, is to activate our heart chakra through forgiveness, through acceptance, through letting go of that judgment that we're doing. We're judging ourselves, we're judging our circumstances, we're judging right or wrong for other people. We get ourselves into a lot of trouble by judging what another person's journey is. I've been calling some of my new work the Odyssey, the journey, because everybody's on a path, and it's really not where we're going. It's the journey to where we're going, and we're always going somewhere, right up until we pass into the next dimension of reality, whether you believe that's that death is heaven or the end or whatever you believe. We are on a journey right up until that moment. And what is it you're gaining from the journey? What is your experience? You have a choice. You can love into whatever it is you're experiencing. You can send love to the driver that hit and run you who must not have insurance. You can love into that person in your life who truly disappointed you. You can take it not as personal. You can realize that it's them, their journey, their loss, that they're the ones that are not feeling what you're needing. And you can send hope to those who are hurting. We have a lot of people in the world that are hurting right now. So one of the things I wanted to do with our time today was activate anybody who's ready. I'm going to send a transmission, an energetic transmission for you to activate your light body, to activate the ability to see what I call the right spin in things. So somebody talked to me today about how I seem to be able to convince people to be in a better mood, and that's one of my gifts, is to see the good in every situation, even really crappy situations of my own. And I'm not going to say I don't start out with that initial we all feel that when something happens to us, but the idea is to try and figure out the right spin. So all of what we're doing, energy moves in a right spin energy unless it's negative, and then it's spinning left. So we call that left spin energy. So when we're starting to do basic energy work, we're talking right spin. So I think about the same thing about our thoughts. Energy of our thoughts is just a spin on what we think about. So how can you create the right spin on every negative situation, on every stuck situation? Anyone who's ever been successful will tell you that it's when you think you're not going to make it that you get past and you have your biggest breakthrough. And I just want to reiterate, for those of you who have come on a little bit later, my astrological prediction is that we're in the middle of a transformation time. We're transforming ourselves into the light body. We're transforming ourselves into something bigger, something better, something more profound. So I want to activate people's right spin energy. I want to activate your DNA into a spiritual place. I want to activate your ability to see the positive in the situations that you have going on and keep going. So I want you to just say an energetic yes on the other side. Some of you who are listening live could just type in yes, but I want to send you through Creator's Truth your highest activation of your light body, your highest understanding of your circumstances. I want to send to you with Creator's Truth, discernment, and understanding that you can be empowered, that you can be embodying the life you want to lead, that you are willing and able to transform yourself where you want to go instead of where you're being drugged on an opposite level. The energy that I want you to accept is one of focus, that we're getting into focus right now, that you know how to focus, that it's safe to focus, and that you're already in focus, that your body is living in joy, that you're starting to embody the feelings of health, the feelings of happiness, the feelings of acceptance, that you accept your body, you love your body, you love every piece of it, even what you've once considered a flaw or what someone has ever told you was a flaw. And you release the need to be in any kind of negative energy for your physical, emotional, or spiritual body. So please allow yourself to just let go. So I want you to say, I forgive my body, I forgive my circumstances, and I forgive whatever has put me on this path that I don't like. And I'm ready to go forward. I'm ready, willing, and able to move into the transformation of love, the transformation of light, the transformation of joy, the transformation of prosperity, because prosperity is just an energy. And I accept that I am worthy, that I really am able to have the gifts of the universe right now. I'm willing and able to accept, create, and move forward even when I'm challenged into this energy. That I push forward even when I don't want to. That I know how to get up with joy. That I know how to get up looking forward to the day. I know how to make a plan and stick with it, and that I do. That all of this is embodied in you right now. And as you accept this energy shift, as you accept this shift from left spin, negative spin on life to a right spin, positive spin on life, that you can take this transformation with grace, with ease, with love, with joy, and that this is a pure bliss transformation for you. That you are ready to be in bliss, that you're ready to be in joy, and that you are going to accept that this is your journey to it. This is your odyssey into joy and light, and your light body emerging, into your joy body emerging, into your life coming to you and for you, working toward your personal goals instead of against you. That you know how to be in the forward motion no matter what your negative spiral was, that you're ready, willing, and able, and that this is your time. And that you are allowed to. That no matter who is in your life that you feel might be holding you back, you're allowed to be happy. No matter what you've done. Forgive yourself for your transgressions against yourself or others. It's time. It's really time to say, you know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I've done something that was bad, but I can't become a better person if I don't let go of that energy. And I choose to be kind. I choose to make good choices. I choose to be good to other people. I choose to do random acts of kindness, and that those random acts of kindness are allowed to be part of you. That you're worthy of kindness. You're worthy of respect. And you're worthy to command in your own power others to respect you. And I think that's the goal that I'm working with a lot of my clients, is that they don't think that it's okay to command their own power and to be seen as powerful. They think that powerful women are weak, weak women are seen as kind, and powerful women are seen as kind of jerks. And I don't think that's true. I was working with someone today, and we did, and I want to send this to any one of you who has the need to shift this. She thought that being kind meant that she couldn't sparkle and be powerful and be, empowered. And so let's empower each of you into your sparkle. You can be kind, you can be a good person, and you can still be powerful. You can still say no when it's the right time to say no, and know how to say yes in empowerment. So that's what I want to leave you guys with today, is that you feel empowered this week, that you feel in joy this week, and you feel ready to transform in a way you've never transformed before. So that's my wish for you. I hope that your light body feels as absolutely magnificent as it can, and that you accept Michelle's downloads directly from whatever your word for creator is, creator, God, mother, father, goddess, that you're ready to energetically shift into the light, into your highest potential. So again, this is Michelle Orwick at Michelle's Magical Mondays. I look forward to seeing you again next Monday, and have a beautiful and blessed week.